Good morning from Cary, North Carolina. TST 25 continues with the round of 16. Concafa SC. They've looked the part of a team that can win that $1 million prize on Monday. Their opponent today, the Drunken Monkeys, group of Brazilian stars from outside the Los Angeles area. They'll meet today for a spot to the quarterfinals. So look at our bracket. Pasha Luxury has already advanced. And the big news, Sergio Aguero's team, Selección Potrero, was crushed 7-0 by Pumas de Alabama, who move on to one of the final 8 spots. And we welcome you to Wake Med Soccer Park with the 19-year pro Lloyd $1 Million. Sam, I'm Neil Sika, here to have some fun. Lloyd, everyone kind of knows about Concafa at this point, what they're all about. Don't know too much about Drunken Monkeys, at least in terms of the national lexicon. But both of these teams, the players know each other because a lot have been teammates.
Concafa, of course, the favorites, but Drunken Monkeys beat Roja Eagles, who are a really good team. You have to take them seriously. Potential banana skin for Concafa. You've got to bring your best for both sides today.
All right, let's look at our soccer.com players to watch in this matchup. Stefan Mijatovic, the brace yesterday, including the Golden Fleece with the win against Soccer Roof.
Stefan Mijatovic, I love what he does when he comes out. He plays that goalkeeper role, and he really plays it well. Scores a lot of goals doing it, and he's going to be a danger in target score time. And Marcelo Sarves, my old teammate, 2-time MLS champ, that tells you the experience he's bringing. And he scored the winning goal against Roja Eagles. He's ready to go. He's a high-mentality player. He's going to be up for it today.
Looking for a fun day in the round of 16. The quarterfinals later tonight. The $1 million prize is coming up on Monday. The soccer tournament from Cary, North Carolina continues right after this.
The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management partner of TST.
Things are heating up in Cary, North Carolina, the round of 16. Wonderful attendance all week long, but things to a crescendo now, getting closer to that $1 million match on Monday night. Concafa SC, they have envisions being in that game on Monday, but they've got the Drunken Monkeys standing in their way. Here are the rules: 7v7, 20-minute halves, no offsides or throw-ins. A new addition this year, the ball must be advanced every 8 seconds, a progressive pass. You can't stagnate on it. Every match ends in target score time. We must have a goal to finish things off. Alex Billeter is our referee. We are underway in the round of 16. Two teams have already advanced. The Drunken Monkeys, they wear white. You might be wondering where they got that name. Well, their owner was a huge Bruce Lee fan, so they've worked that into the lexicon. And Miguel Hernandez, who is a part of the Galaxy Academy, is the goalkeeper. They'll play out Concafa in the all-black.
Some people at home might be like, what's that got to do with Bruce Lee, you drunken monkey? You have any more context of that? It might be me asking that, not the people at home.
Well, you'd have to watch the films then.
Okay. Is the movie called Drunken Monkey?
No.
Okay. We'll get back to you on that one.
Ronnie Moreno had the opening shot. It was off target. Here's Stefan Mijatovic. 2 goals yesterday, a little bit of a birth announcement, carrying Concafa SC into the round of 16. Tony Meola loves to deploy him in that goalkeeper role when it comes to target score time, and they measure it, Lloyd, based off of if they're trailing or if they're leading. If they're trailing, they'll go with him right away, but they like to give him a rest if they are up in the game, and that was a situation yesterday where they fell behind early.
It worked well. Concafa in that target score time. Here he is, Mijatovic. Such a versatile player.
MASL Defender of the Year finalist Stefan Mijatovic won the soccer tournament the very first year with Newtown Pride. Said that money went quickly when he took it all in back in 2023 as a native of Chicago. They call him Meat.
It's funny how that happens. Money does seem to go quickly, actually. When you're nil seeker, you hold on to yours.
Well, there are people in need also that could do well with it. That's the beauty of splitting the spoils. 7-on-7 for 7 figures. That comes Monday night. Here's Michael Stone. He was introduced in the net in the second half yesterday evening. Made a critical save. Socceroof, composed of a roster with a lot of French futsal players, a lot of technical ability, but they didn't necessarily play that way. And you wonder, Concafa's controlled a lot of games. There's a lot of technical players with the Drunken Monkeys. How will they look today against a Concafa group that's only conceded 4 goals?
Concafa showed great mentality in the game against Socceroof, going that 1-0 down and coming. It wasn't an easy one to come back, but they showed something in that game, and I think they've got to learn from that. It's a similar sort of game here where they're the favorites. Not much is known about Drunken Monkeys, except for Bruce Lee. But here they come, the Drunken Monkeys.
João Santos leads it along. This is Habisco. And his shot down toward Moreno is cleared away by Mijatovic. Everton Moreira coaches this group. They call him Everton. He coached Utica City in MASL. The Drunken Monkeys, we have a lot of players that played throughout the Major Arena Soccer League.
Ooh, nice skills there.
And some flair. To the outside it goes for Lucas Diaz, but it's cut off in the corner. Good play away by Zach Briquette. Now it's Drew Ruggles. He's been to the finals twice in the TST. For a different team each time. Newtown Pride 2023 with Nani FC. They lost to La Bombonera last year.
So there's 3 winners on this team. Chad Porch, Drew Ruggles, Mijatovic. Is there another team with that many winners still on that? I wonder.
Thomas Satter, the Princeton man, will chase it down, and then Ruggles one along into the middle. Mike Grella makes his debut right on the field in this early morning match, or late morning match. The lead up for Moreno. Moreno spins and turns, but there is no call. Apologize for the language, but there's some frustration. Our coaches are mic'd up today.
Let's have a look here. It's not a foul at all. Could have been a yellow for a dive. Just heard someone say good dive on the side. Oh, Grella.
Grella's brought it down, but the save from Hernandez.
End-to-end stuff on a hot day. Wow. Fair play to all of these players. They've played a lot of football leading up to this game.
Tony Miola, U.S. Soccer Hall of Famer. He ran Concafa from the sideline last year. That presence, that voice of a guy who's been through it all, the pedigree. And he loves working with this group of MASL and futsal stars, along with a lot of great former pros. He's got Tab Ramos, too, his childhood friend from Jersey. There's a lead back, but Mohamed Hamada not able to receive the pass.
A lot more energy than I thought at the start. We've seen some of these games in the win or go home time period, and it's a bit slow and cagey. Doesn't seem cagey at all this game. I'm not complaining.
Drunken Monkeys, they've been in a lot of close games, a lot of one-goal games. They've won 3 in a row since they lost their opener to Plymouth Argyle. Marcelo Sarvis got the game winner last night against the Roja Eagles, which is not an easy thing to accomplish. There is Everton. He played at Santos in their academy. He went off to the United States immediately to play indoor with the San Diego Sockers. He's coached U.S. futsal too. Oh, good little flick over the top. Tomas Canali. Consolari had a brief go at it on the other side for Drunken Monkeys, and then it's carried to safe harder by Gordy Gerson.
Walking from the sidelines is a real part of TST. Lots of bodies right around those coaches. The subs is going to be so important. If you saw how I was sweating in the open, that should tell you how hot it is out there.
Line of confrontation for Concafa up towards midfield. This Christian Fernandez
face off.
Going right up against Drew Ruggles.
Some eye contact in there. Drew Ruggles is never really phased, is he?
He's just out there doing his job. Miguel Hernandez was immense in the victory against the Roja Eagles. They were the favorites, I think a lot of people thought, going into that game last night in the round of 32, but Marcelo Sarvis, two-time MLS Cup winner, had other ideas, winning that game in target score time.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an upset. It looked like it would be Roja against Concafa, just on the reputation of Roja.
Given away by Merrim in the midfield. Canali now works for Fernandez Mejia.
The thing we haven't had is shots.
Leandinho creeps it closer. He plays it off his own man. Now Canali.
Leandinho, this number 7, how strong does he look by the eye test?
Played professionally in Turkey. Mijatovic keeping a close eye on him. A measured out process through the game's first 9 minutes.
It's really better to come into TST as an unknown commodity like Drunken Monkeys. It's Concafa, everything is known about them, easy to prep.
Winding up and firing wide past Stone's net. Good chance from distance coming from Mejia.
That's a good strike. He's afforded a lot of space. I'm really surprised at how much space he's afforded there. Just goes wide. Who would you rather be, Neil? Oh, wait. Come back to that.
Canali's in tight. Leaves it on back, and the save once more from Stone, who's immense in a clutch moment. Mejia with his second shot in as many trips up the field.
Wow, that really opened up here. And look how quick Stone is to get over to this one. Quick on his feet. Nice big surface area to really block that. That was a good save. But the save was made because of the footwork in the beginning to close down that angle.
Stone yesterday at the other end of this field, quite literally the ball skipped like a stone. He was moving to his left, got the right arm up to deflect it over
like
the
a stone,
crossbar.
but changed direction. You know, he did wonders. Good from you to bring that save up. That was a great save.
It was wicked, and it was 1-1 at the time of that game. Mijatovic added a goal right before target score time and then finished it off early on.
He's the underrated Justin Vera.
His technical ability. You are still so sore about the 2015 Eastern Conference playoffs. His goal 9 seconds in to leg one.
I am sore about it.
Columbus and New York. There's a little bit of a collision inside the penalty area.
If that don't happen, I might get an MLS Cup.
Very much so.
Someone has 2 MLS Cups on that film. That's the trivia for today. Who is that guy?
That would be Marcelo Sarfis. Did you ask him what that was like when you played with him at DC United, wearing number 6 in white, Marcelo Sarfis?
He was too busy kicking me in training. He is one of those guys that sits in front of the back 4 and he doesn't mind kicking the hell out of you.
2012 and 2014 title winner, and let's make no mistake about it, he was the glue of that midfield that allowed that really good Galaxy era team under Bruce Arena to hum and win a couple of titles. The Beckhams and the Donovans, the Keens.
How many minutes does he have in him? I haven't seen him on the pitch too much so far.
Well, with Hernandez advancing the ball, he still wasn't over midfield. There was a run in the penalty area. When you possess in your own half, you can't have a runner go into the opposition's penalty area. 12 minutes into this first half, becoming hotter by the minute.
Referees do a good job with picking up those infractions. Chad Porch, you know, in yesterday's game, which we covered, Chad Porch, slow start. And then when it opened up, that's when you saw him hitting that turbo button, going past players. Oh, this could be a chance.
The path forward for Mota. And Stone is there. Stoning on the front with the save made on Amati.
I like how big Stone gets. This one is an easier save, but his coach is Tony Miola, so you've got to expect there's some good goalkeeping sessions on.
But even in the middle of the field, right?
That is Tony Miola we're hearing.
See him release the ball, should be traveling already.
Fascinating to hear the insights.
That was coaching. The keeper's come, what, 7v7? The keeper's come that high.
Stone forced into a save that jettisons out. Dance from Wilfried Niamsi. They call him Frenchie. Drunken Monkey's asking the questions, but off the block, Concafa goes in transition. Gerson. And the lead there with Hernandez down to scoop it up.
Unlucky. Drunken Monkey's playing really aggressive, getting a lot of shots in. This is an opportunity in transition for Concafa. Easy to handle in the end, but Drunken Monkey's got to be impressed with their start to this game. It's almost similar to the Socceroos start yesterday.
Chad Porch goes down off the tackle from Amati, or the shove. Now Drew Ruggles reloads. Mota. Block that. Niamsi. No, Niamsi.
Did you hear the command? Not there, not there. They don't want him dribbling edge of his own box.
You put yourself into some trouble. Things really do seem to happen in waves here, right? There's the scanning and the measure process, then it's pop, pop, pop.
Really impressed with both of the teams and the energy. So much energy out there.
Porch's pass is led. There's been no breakthrough yet. We've got 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Two teams are already in the quarterfinals.
Wow, that 15 minutes has flown by.
Interception at midfield. Pass intended for Ruggles. And after all of that, the carry along, but the shot high by Amati. Well, in addition to all things TST, log on to tst77.com/watch to find all the other TST matches on YouTube throughout the tournament. That's what we've been doing, getting ready for our other games throughout the day.
And they come fast, these games.
Valuable resource. You can catch up on the great moments of the competition.
It's actually really covered well on that website. It's very helpful for us.
Lucas Diaz. Draggy little run around Merrim, and there is the impenetrable, it seems still, at the ripe old age in his 40s that night.
45-year-old that night played really well against Kone yesterday. The 23-year-old Kone, that was a tough assignment for that night. Well, it's about the reading of the game for him. Legs aren't the same, but he didn't get caught out.
Tony Miola was saying that the one time that Knight switched off, yeah, Grella had an open net with Hernandez roaming out wide. But it's all for naught. But that goal that Kone scored, the opener, Tony Miola said that was the one time that Zat Knight had come off and they had switched off of him, defending the big French futsal player who's getting a lot of looks, and he scored. And Knight was in his hip pocket the rest of the game. Justin Merrim. Pass that he wants to run off of Gerson. Louis Gerson watching Chad Porch recover it.
Chad Porch. But again, I'm probably going to say the same thing in the second half about Chad Porch. His time is going to come. He's playing it easy in this first half so far, but working hard.
Mijatovic, Merrim. Turns right into Niamsi. A little bit more of a field tilt here for Concafa these last couple of minutes. Mike Grella knows this area well from his collegiate days at Duke, and then went off to England. Very nice career, finished up in MLS.
Highlighted by Leeds United. Played with Mike at Leeds United, then played with him at Red Bulls as well.
What a treat for him. Have you as a teammate twice in two locations.
Yeah.
Mike Grella is a wonderful guy. His family's been getting more FaceTime than him this week.
He posted that on his Instagram, actually. His son was in the crowd and was on TV.
That name Greladinho would fit well on a team like the Drunken Monkeys with a lot of Brazilian futsal stars.
True.
I'm trying to do a good job to keep my guys. We got 7 guys standing over here for that.
Hearing the voices of Tony Miola, Concafa head coach, and Everton of the Drunken Monkeys. I did not think at the start of the day I'd have to have my Screen Actors Guild card to talk about Enter the Dragon, but monkey style was the fighting style in the beginning scene for Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Does that give you a little more context?
Yeah, 20 minutes later, but I'll take it. Where did you get that from now? I'll take it whenever it comes.
I have resources.
Okay. That's why you're the best in the business.
Babisco, no score here with just over 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Ruggles blocks the shot a couple of times. Marcelo Sarvis is out there. Babisco.
Is Ruggles even sweating out there?
He smiles and laughs it off. He probably hopes that wasn't caught on video, but it happens to the best of us.
Little spin here. Oh, gosh. Drew Ruggles had a couple words to say about that.
Mijatovic lug it along. Played for 6 MASL clubs. Players like him and Ruggles, you've seen now over the course, if you've been watching the soccer tournament for 3 years, they are invaluable pieces. Blend well with those who are used to playing the field game for so long in their career and adjusting to this style. On a field 65 yards long, 45 yards wide. Alvarez is out there. He had the other goal yesterday for Concafa. The first one that tied the game, Mijatovic. Seen a little bit of cat and mouse in this game. Concafa's more of their opportunities here late on in the half. Final seconds, Mijatovic. Too far from where he hit the game winner, but there was some pressure there.
Yeah, that was not as good as the effort as yesterday. Half time.
Speaking of pressure, it'll ratchet up in the second half towards target score time, no score.
Yeah, that felt like they're sparring a little bit, figuring each other out. Now the coaches have to really make their adjustments to see where they can get an edge.
Here in the round of 16 in Cary, Concafa and the Drunken Monkeys scoreless at the half. June 11th is the International Day of Play, and to help celebrate, UNICEF USA has taken over the TST Kids Zone. Play helps children develop their cognitive, physical, and creative, social, and emotional skills, and UNICEF works in over 190 countries and territories to ensure that children have access to play. After all, play is not a nice to have, but a need to have, and every child deserves the right to play. To learn more, visit unicefusa.org/TST. Wonderful stuff. Scoreless after 20 minutes of action. Your first half stats are brought to you by RBC Wealth Management.
Guys, you know what I'm laughing at? Conca versus Drunk. Well, Drunk has 5 shots. They've been really good in that first half. A lot better than you would have thought against one of the favorites in Concafa. But let's see how Drunk does the second half. Can they keep that going? I wonder.
We'd like a little back and forth where maybe this game gets a little shrunk. No score here after 20 minutes in Cary. The great hosts outside the capital of Raleigh in North Carolina. Second half is next.
Today's broadcast is presented by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of TST.
Definitely a day to stay refreshed. Biggest leagues in the world with representatives. Everyone wants a piece of the soccer tournament. Club America made their debut, the 16-time Liga MX champions. They went out in the group stages. Some big contested battles down in Mexico back in the day for the United States. Longtime internationals. Tony Meola on the right, Top Ramos on the left. Scoreless with the Drunken Monkeys. Target score time at the conclusion of this next 20 minutes. It's the leading team score +1. Every 3 minutes, a player will come off till we get that.
Oh.
Turnover out of the back, right off the kickoff. And the block comes in the nick of time for Ijamadu. Jet Parch was in there too. And now Porch leaks on out.
What a terrible start by Concafa. Absolutely awful start. And it's a huge block here.
Porch with the setup and a clutch stop by Hernandez.
Well, we've got action at the beginning of the second half. End-to-end stuff. Chad Porch made a great block on the other end. Then he nearly got an assist on the attacking end. Normally bursts into the action in the second half.
Mijatovic lost possession. Racing back to win it, Jesus Pacheco. He's dealt with a little bit of injury here at the tournament, but available today, and Tony Meola wants to use him right out of the get-go here in the second half. Nice. Chad Porch, $1 million goal scorer with La Bombonera. He's already got a golden fleece. Into the group stage for Concafa.
Oh, good defending.
Bisco Nice little back tackle there on Mijatovic.
See, Bisco, I thought of him as the fancy guy on the ball a little bit, but you see the work rate as well. It's a big staple of TST. You have to work, be a two-way player. Chad Porch leading by example.
He's fouled by Ronnie Moreno. All right, there were a few shots each way, but no goals, Lloyd. So go into the minds of the coaches here, maybe what you're thinking over the course of this second half leading towards target score time.
Honestly, that first half, Drunken Monkeys were the better team. Concafa, I would say the stars have to emerge. They've got some real stars on their team. Chad Porch is the one that screams out. I think Drunken Monkeys will be really happy with that first half, and they nearly went 1-0 up, so they would want to keep doing what they're doing.
Zach Riggett scored a couple of times here. Trouble for Concafa in their group stage action. 3-0. Made it all the way to the quarterfinals last year. They lost to Hoosier Army. Rella's cross. Back to Mijatovic.
Let's go give it to Porch here. Let him cook. Well doubled up on.
That's Sarvis defending. Mijatovic goes low. Right to the hands of Hernandez, who spilled it momentarily.
It's a strange game where you don't know who's going to get that first goal at all. There's Porch, he does well, gets it to Mijatovic. This is tricky because it's through bodies.
Abisco, very fluid in his movement. He was held on the play coming upfield.
It's hard to tell who's going to get this first goal the way the game is going. But I guarantee you, whoever gets it, the other team is going to get real anxious.
Goalkeeper Hernandez led Sarvis too far out of the back. Now Sarvis pumps that off his instep for Ronnie Moreno. Mejia. Oh, walks it along. Lucas Diaz. Mijatovic. Drew Ruggles. Sees some acreage. Over to Breck Shea. 34-time U.S. international. Ruggles. Porch
took his time getting up with play there. He should have been right at that edge of the box to get that shot off.
This is kind of the Concafa let's get it done lineup. Mijatovic, Porch.
That's true. When you see those guys together, and Ruggles.
Sarvis. Slid.
Wow.
Not supposed to be allowed, and Lucas Diaz forcing the splits to come. Ijamadu. And now Romy Moreno reloads. Capa's keeper. Just like Michael Stone yesterday in the second half, he's on one. Breck Shea! Rockets one into the side of the net. He didn't like the way it ended in that process. Mixing it up with that shot, and then thought he was fouled on the contact from Mejia.
It's just a little nudge at the end. I don't think that reaction from Breck Shea equates to that. It wasn't that bad. But Ijamadu made some big saves on the other end, and you talked about Stone yesterday. Stone today and Ijamadu, they've got two really good keepers, Concafa. Surprised to see the keepers change. Stone was great in the first half, but they both get it done.
Really interesting debate if you just maybe were listening with Tony Miola asking about why that wasn't a slide. Adonis Alawar, the bench official, I think he said he wasn't around a player. It wasn't a tackle challenge. So that's why it was allowed. So that's why it wasn't a slide. A good explanation there.
Yeah, I should have been listening rather than talking about their two keepers.
He had a job to do. There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on. I do like those conversations. You just got to pull me off of it next time.
But this is the benefit of why we have the coaches mic'd up.
True.
Shea, good hold up here. Super Mario Alvarez, 1-0 Concafa.
It's that pattern of play. that we've seen a lot in TST. Starts from the other end and it goes into the front man. Then you get a runner off of him. And there's the layoff. That simple. And then Alvarez finishes it off. Super Mario Alvarez. A goal out of nothing. You know, there's been a lot of sparring back and forth, and I was saying I don't know where this is going to go. And that is fitting. It just comes out of nowhere. How many times have we seen that pattern of play? Up to the front man, one runner off of him, and then a shot.
You know where it's going? Kick it old school. Just go long, the Jersey boys say. Hold up play, Shea. Yep. Alvarez, second goal in as many games. Tony Meola feels he can be a secret weapon. Merrim took it away. Justin Merrim, who was a place kicker, by the way, at the University of Michigan before he played collegiate soccer, has that in his arsenal and just missed. He had to decide between the two sports. Rich Rodriguez, the coach at the time in Ann Arbor, said you can't play both. He says, I choose soccer. Good decision in the end.
Yeah. He rushed that one a little bit. He had a bit more time, I think. Keeper was well off of his line.
Merrim fleet of foot. He's got Porch. Chad Porch. One more. Immense stop Hernandez.
Should have passed it to Grella there.
Now the Drunken Monkeys on the move. Mejia. That Knight clipped it. That's good defending. Now it's Porch. It's 2v2.
Tired legs out there.
Wind him up and go.
See the tired legs? It's changed a little bit. Guys aren't running back the same way.
Cesar Cabajal, part of the Rapids Academy, broke it down. Ijamadu called into action on the Mejia shot. Amada will set and reload for the Drunken Monkeys. Almost the midpoint of this second half.
Some tempo to this game. You wouldn't know it's 90 degrees out there. Direct sun. Or respect these players.
Mejia pops it into the middle. A jumping joust on a 50-50 duel, and then a little Greco-Roman action with a little tug and tussle. Consigliere for the Drunken Monkeys, Reguette for Concafa.
Just battling in the middle of the pitch there. It gets like that.
Those are the type of winning plays, though. A guy like Reguette, MASL veteran, St. Louis ambush. Step in, you win some of the duels, you frustrate the opposition. Tony Meola's asking for a yellow. And gives his final benediction of that. Apologize for the language. Knight. Mijatovic.
Ball.
Reguette. A little scruffy on the save from Hernandez, but got just enough of it.
Mijatovic, so good on the ball, so comfortable, can move it either way and then just roll it into the front man's feet.
At corner, here's the goal scorer, Mario Alvarez.
Oh, good turn.
Out of a phone booth. Flared it across. Mike Grella. Mijatovic. Down, Gordy Curson. That's a foul on Concafa.
Referee's had enough.
Alex Billeter shows the yellow.
It's not easy to be a referee in these TST games. You know, the respect isn't always there. It's not 11-a-side football, so people sometimes take it out on the ref unfairly, to be fair.
Like the blend of players we have at this competition, where all levels across the sport, futsal, foot 7, arena soccer, outdoor. Same can be said for the referees, different complexions, whether you're a field ref primarily, and we've got a lot of MASL referees in this competition too. Ted Uncle, the head of officiating, does a fantastic job, and they are in high demand. They want to be a part of this competition.
That's right, just like the commentators. It's not a good ball there. That ball should have been rolled into the front man.
Hernandez tried to stretch the pass. Visit soccer.com, the official store of the soccer tournament. Sam has been generous and loading up on merchandise all week.
I need to replace this top I've got on now.
Mejia. He fulcrumed into a tackle there on Grella, and there's immediate dissent to the referee, Alex Billiter. She won't take any of that. Goes to Canali on the caution.
Here is the tackle first. Goes through the foot of Grella a little bit. Grella received a really terrible challenge yesterday from Kone as well. Potential leg breaker kind of challenge. Posted down his Instagram as well.
Rex Shea. This was the pattern that led to that opening goal, or at least his hold-up play. This is another foul on Grella. He'll come off. Justin Merrim to replace him. Mejia. What have we seen from maybe Concafa's defense or the stagnating? There have been some saves from Ijamadu. Great start to the second half, but feel their rhythm or pattern could be a little bit different, the Drunken Monkeys here at this point of the operation.
It's the goalkeeper coming up and controlling things. It's a little bit risky to do. I don't think it's the wisest thing. Justin Merrim missed the first one. I don't think he's going to miss again if he gets another one. But they put it in the, I was going to say hands of the keeper, but the feet of the keeper. Interesting way to go about it.
Hernandez has to hustle back. That was either a stall or he was not over midfield when there was a run in the penalty area. Mejia, though, dancing around Merrim. Little ingenuity of his own that night. Says that man is 45.
You should have seen where he came from there. He came all the way over, and once you go, you have to win it.
Miguel, patient with the ball, you got in the midfield, then you can pass the move, right? Yeah.
And Coach Everton of the Drunken Monkeys with a little instruction here on the corner.
To the goalkeeper. And that is what the plan is now. Goalkeeper brings it up. I guess what it does is there's an open man somewhere, and it might be the goalkeeper.
Little 1-2. Get the ball over from Lucas Diaz. There was something developing there.
A lot of nearly moments there. That was very close between the two.
Pedro Oliveira, intended target. He wears the 9 in white. Now pressures Ijamadu.
Uh-oh, that is a tricky ball.
Ball turned over. Two teams, when we came on the air, had already advanced to the quarterfinals. There's been another. Newtown Pride has beaten League of Foot 7, who is popping and raising some eyebrows with the way they were playing in Group A and pushed La Bombonera to the brink in the finale of their group stage game.
Who's surprised though, Newtown winning?
Right, exactly.
I am somewhat surprised just because League of Foot 7 is such a good team. I was looking forward to seeing how much they could do.
Porch, good sequence of passing, and then it spills off Pacheco. But that's the thing about Newtown Pride. You should know by now how good they are, how they reload. They've kind of taken a little bit of a heel roll at times in this competition, going back to last year, and some of the ways they have played in target score time.
Yeah.
So you either love their style or you don't.
No, not many people love their style. They get booed a lot, but they don't mind. They're one of them.
They like the villain role.
They like the villain role. And some other teams have been stealing some of their tactics a little bit. La Bombonera is doing it a little bit in target score time.
And at the end of the day, guess what? Both those teams, 2023 Newtown Pride, La Bombonera, they were laughing all the way to the bank.
Yes, but what's remarkable is their teams have been torn apart and raided.
We've got a straight red card here.
Wow.
Pedro Oliveira has been sent off. Heard the barking from the coaches over the last few minutes. Things have been getting heated. This happened off the ball. Pedro Oliveira sent off for the Drunken Monkeys with inside of 5 minutes remaining.
Under your screen, there's Oliveira. Let's see what happened. Oh, he's pulled the dreads there. Okay, pulling the dreads is... I guess it's more than a yellow. I'm like, is it a red though? What do you think, Neil? I guess it's more than a yellow. Might be a yellow and a talking to with no more of that. But we've seen a lot of moments in this tournament and we've not seen many straight reds. It's been a lot of yellows.
It's not like he's trying to break up an attack. but yet it's a deliberate action to pull.
Yeah. It's an orange card.
That would be
Red
a
seems
good
too
way
much.
to describe it.
Red seems too much.
By the letter of the law, right, if you're messing anywhere and putting yourself in that vicinity with hands to the face or in and around, then you could be asking for trouble.
That's true. I couldn't say the referee has done too much wrong there. I just probably want a nice neutral game. That definitely changes things a lot now. In target score time. Newtown Pride's tactics would be good now for Concafa. Let the time go, and then it gets down to 3v3, 4v3 now. It's going to be very difficult for Drunken Monkeys.
Pedro Oliveira, Brazilian, pulls on the long dreads of Drew Ruggles. Now, is there anything but smooth for the Drunken Monkeys?
Well done to our camera team finding that as well, because I had no idea what had happened. How has the ref even seen that? Well done to the referee there.
He's been in full command, Alexis Billiter. But now playing down a man inside of 3 minutes remaining in regulation till target score time, which would be 2 right now. Ruggles on the move. And the shot goes right into the back of Niamsi. That's a foul on the counter press by Concafa. Hernandez. It's that long, but Mabisco's not going to get there.
Tough ask now for Drunken Monkeys. A man down in this sort of heat against a really good team. It's a perfect storm. And you're already a goal down. There's a lot of commotion.
By comparison, the shots have been relatively close. 10-8 in favor of Concafa. 7-5 the shots on goal. Merrim, Varela. Didn't quite get there to Merrim. Lucas Diaz steers to the outside. Defensive work, Merrim.
Fit is Justin Merrim, by the way. His reactions have been awesome.
Merrim. And a shot going down low, blocked by Niamsi. Tony Miela kind of said it in jest. The first training session was a little bumpy for him, getting used to things, and then he was never the same after that. He flipped the switch, and he's been great ever since.
Remember what else he said? He put on the pink boots and came back, and he's got those same pink boots on.
He's got the pink boots on. Justin Merrim for Concafa. Minute left here in the 40. Round of 16. 3 spots already have been taken in the quarterfinals. Here in the soccer tournament 2025 at a hot and steamy Cary, North Carolina on this Saturday. It's that night. Here's the armband. They also have the big influence of Jeff Cameron, who's been nursing injury, not really playing in the competition, but he's been huge for this roster. Just the leadership, all the voices you think, and the experience that this Concafa group has. It's no wonder that Pat McAfee was so bullish on the fact that they were going to take it all.
When is he back, though, Pat McAfee? No doubt he's watching right now. He posted everything on his page, celebrating the win yesterday. If they win today, we got to see him back. He's got to be back on that sideline.
I had heard the target was the semifinals, but maybe tonight, who knows? Quarterfinals if they advance. Mijatovic. He hit that with intent. Just like the end of regulation yesterday, he wanted to send Concafa with a little bit more of a cushion. Nabisco. No, the thing about all of this, the way Concafa's had things kind of trending in their direction, it's still a 1-goal game. Now they are down a man. The yellow card is given towards the bench.
And Drunken Monkeys could probably do with having a keep. Well, they're doing it exactly right now. To even up the numbers, you go with no goalkeeper. Smart tactic to do right now to try and get back in. Got to remember the back door is open. Oh,
what? It was an open-looking cross.
Why is he not going for that, Canale?
Well, they look like he's slowed up.
Man, that was there to be scored.
The whistle blows. We've completed 40 minutes. Down a man, Drunken Monkeys. Target score time is next. The number is 2. Concafa leads 1-0. Chris Paul waits in the balance.
The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas. The soccer tournament is presented by Adidas, the official fanwear and performance footwear partner of TST.
Great crowd filing in. Still the first session of Saturday at the soccer tournament, the round of 16 in the men's competition. Concafa SC up a goal, courtesy of Mario Alvarez. The Drunken Monkeys down a man late in that second half. But now you play to win. You must score to advance to the quarterfinals. Concafa is up 1-0. Add 1 to that. That's how we get to 2. First team to find it is in the last 8. And until we get there, a player is removed every 3 minutes. A look at our bracket. We saw the round of 32 get underway yesterday. Some of those third-place teams trying to make noise, but so far, seen a lot of chalk. Pumas de Alabama pummeled Selección Potrero 7-0. In fact, Pasha Luxury also pitched a shutout in their victory over Trident FC. And then Newtown Pride. League of Foot 7 was emerging. They had this group of Brazilian and Mexican futsal players that were exciting, but Newtown Pride handles the business.
City Soccer and Drip FC coming up right after this as well. Your favorite commentators will be on that game as well. Least favorite.
You can follow along on the tournament website, TST's YouTube page, along with ESPN Plus the rest of the afternoon for the competition. ESPNU will carry semifinals and the men's and women's championship. Women's division, 16 teams. You got Hope Solo's team. You got the U.S. women trying to defend their title from last year. What a festival. 40,000 showed up last year. Expecting even more here in 2025, the third year of the competition. There is the Golden Fleece man from yesterday evening.
And I wonder if they go to that tactic that they went to yesterday, very early with Mijatovic being the goalkeeper, playing out on the outfield.
Adidas Golden Fleece, game-winning goal. The winner who takes it gets lifetime entry into TST and TBT.
I don't think Concafa need to do that tactic, putting Mijatovic as the goalkeeper yet. They're already a man up.
But Marcelo Sarvis is going right into that tactic, a man down and a goal down for Drunken Monkeys.
They need to do it.
It allows that fluidity into the midfield, but then he can go back and step into goal. So it's a big strategy here when it comes to target store time. We've seen it done in a variety of ways. We're starting 76 because of the circumstances. A lot of cards issued each way. 5 in the game, 4 belonging to Drunken Monkeys, and then the red card, the big one, just about 5 minutes remaining in regulation to the forward Pedro Oliveira. Mario Alvarez.
So you see how quick Sarvis came out and the goalkeeper came back in. That has to be a quick, seamless substitution.
Like an offense to defense thing. Think about basketball when they're shooting free throws. That was redirected, nearly an own goal that might have ended the game.
It'd be like hockey as well. I don't know what those changes are like. You know more about that than me.
Goaltender, yeah.
Here is the opportunity. Very close to going in his own goal there.
Joao Santos. Timely deflection, but it was wide.
This is is going to be really difficult for Drunken Monkeys now. You see the demeanor of the team setting back really deep. It's going to get more difficult the more the numbers come down. There's going to be more spaces. Still have Chad Porch out there who hasn't really made that much of an impact yet in this game.
Mijatovic drops the other side. Ruggles. That second ball, that touch.
Still has half a dread on the floor right near that Coca-Cola sign.
All the way down past his waistline. That was the infraction
For the red card.
pulling his hair. Here's Porch.
I spoke Portuguese right now.
So Sarmas didn't teach you any of that?
He actually said to me he wants to be a commentator. Marcelo Sarves, the number 6. Drunken Monkeys.
17 teams in his great career, Marcelo Sarmas. Mijatovic, Mario Alvarez. He has the goal in this game, the man on the ball for Concafa. For back-to-back trips to the quarterfinals here at TST. Ruggles, Porch. They'll hit the reset when you commit, and that's what Tony Meola said. Alvarez, what a stop! You heard the oh my after Hernandez fly slots it to the byline. He's in some pain down.
Tony Meola put the batteries in his back. He said, go now, now, now. And then the 1-2. And what a great save. Meola would be proud of that save, even though that's on the other team. Really good save there. Just making yourself big, taking it on the chin.
Miguel Hernandez has emerged. Nato was the starting goalkeeper for Drunken Monkeys at the beginning of this competition, but got hurt. He has been heard from today. I believe he got cautioned when they went to the bench. But Hernandez has picked up the stead, the former LA Galaxy Academy product. We're 6v5. We've passed the elapsed 3 minutes. And then some. It's good to see Hernandez back up. Playing to 2 here in target score time. Concafa needs just 1. Drunken Monkeys, they're down 1 in not only the most important category, the scoreboard, but in personnel. Mijatovic. Down he goes. It's a foul. Right on the edge. Stefan Mijatovic, who had the eyes raised, looking to win it. Free kick coming.
Kick. Just outside the box. Fancy a little shift and shoot, but it doesn't look like there's a man to shift it. It looks like it's going to be direct from Mijatovic. His nickname is Meat. Interesting nickname.
Serbian descent, grew up in Chicago. Much accomplished in his MASL career. Stefan Mijatovic won the game yesterday in the round of 32. Now we'll try in the round of 16. Mijatovic, and the header goes right back over from Porch after the reflexive save from Hernandez.
That's how close it is to going out of the tournament and living to fight another attack or defense. There's the save. Chad Porch gets under that header. Should maybe put that in the back of the net. Marcelo Sarves back in. Makeshift goalkeeper. Don't like this attack from Drunken Monkeys.
Marcelo Sarves. It's scrappy and it's Ruggles. A smooth finish, and Concafa extending their stay in Cary.
That's not his first target score goal, Drew Ruggles. It's his 3rd goal, 2nd target score goal. He's already got a golden fleece. Now he has 2. I'll take one of those, Drew. You don't need it. Look at these celebrations.
Drew Ruggles, TST veteran. The man, all he does is win. He's been to the final each of the first 2 years. Now the mission to hit that feat and beyond with Concafa SC. 2-0 winner. He takes home the Adidas Golden Fleece with the tap-in. It was really a mess in the back for the Drunken Monkeys in that final sequence.
Yeah, that was a terrible attack for Drunken Monkeys. You have no goalkeeper. You're on your own byline. And then the ball gets played across.
Well, the Drunken Monkeys, they've been sobered up and are heading home. Concafa SC back in the quarterfinals for the second year running.
Here is that attack. The ball was coughed up, and Drunken Monkey, there's no goalkeeper in the goal. And Drew Ruggles, listed as a defender, gets his third goal of the tournament. Second target score goal. Those are invaluable. Takes Concafa through.
But how about the play by Super Mario Alvarez? Won it off the byline, then spun and fired with the great assist. 2 goal contributions for him. Drew Ruggles caps off the Concafa victory.
Don't pull those dreads.
They are precious cargo, and tonight they'll be on display in the quarterfinals.
So what's the man going to do with 2 golden fleeces then? Tell me, Neil, what do you expect?
Are you going to go pester him and ask for one of those? Is that what your motive is here?
I need an exclusive with Drew Ruggles. I needed an interview up here right now. Bring that, please.
Oh, my. Well, Drew Ruggles, he's seen it all, and he played a lot in indoor soccer. And then, of course, he's talking with Everton. So they've had some battles before in Major Arena Soccer League and some good sportsmanship there. A look at the updated bracket here on ESPNU. 5 of the 8 have been sealed for the quarterfinals tonight. The semifinals tomorrow. The $1 million championship comes Monday. Concafa SC, will they see Nani FC or the Stanford alums, the Cardinal Legacy? That's the matchup down on this part of the bracket. City Soccer and Drip FC, along with La Bombonera and Boca Dallas, to round out the round of 16 matches. Concafa clarified they were going to be one of the favorites. Pat McAfee said it on day one. We've retooled. We've got depth. Tony Meola echoing those sentiments. And the celebrations will continue for now into the lunchtime hour until it's ready to play in the quarterfinals tonight.
Some good wins from Concafa yesterday and today against teams that have really come and really pushed them. Got through it in both games. The mentality has been great. They've got some real winners on that team and some real experience, and you can tell. And don't forget about that ability as well.
Ruggles signing some autographs. He played his college ball at Georgia Southern. But he is an outstanding veteran from the Major Arena Soccer League, and now becoming a TST legend in the process with his success. All his teams do is win 3 different ones in 3 years. The official moving of Concafa on that big bracket board will commence shortly. This is maybe the best part of it all. Their families, all the children of the players come down on the field, and they've been having some fun after the games.
That's definitely the best part. When you follow a player's career, it's never just the player. It's the player, the mom, dad, the kids, and everything that, kick every kick with them. And this is a great event that you could get your family to come down. You see in the hotels, everyone's having breakfast together. And then they go to work, and then you go back to the family. I'm going to follow them into the next round. I really do fancy this Concafa team. They've got everything. I told you that a few days ago, and you were like, oh, really? What are you thinking now?
You did make that proclamation.
I did.
And we'll see how it plays out. You can follow along on TST's YouTube page and ESPN Plus the rest of the day. Andrea Crawford, James Andrews led our fine show. Fine, talented people here in Cary, North Carolina. Concafa wins at 2-0 in the round of 16. They're into the quarterfinals tonight. For Lloyd, $1 Million Sam, I'm Neil Sika. We thank you for watching here on ESPNU. Coverage of the TST continues from Cary, North Carolina. So long for now.